Audrey, also known as Noble Strength, and welcome back to my channel. And as you can see, I'm getting ready to do a closet clean out, guys. I'm doing this because I had a number of my viewers in my recent video where I asked you to ask questions. They wanted to know, how do I go about purging? What is my process of getting rid of things? How do I thrift so much and maintain, my closet without, I guess it becoming a problem or an issue? Well, you have to do really frequent purges when you thrift as much as I do. So about 4 times a year at the change of the season, but sometimes I will purge a little bit more, so I do some purging in between, but on minimum 4 times a year at the change of every season. So now's the time that I'm feeling that itch that I need to clean out my closet. Spring is just around the corner. My closet is a bit packed right now. Well, that would be a bit of an understatement. It is packed right now. So I need to eliminate some things, and so I'm just going to bring you along with me on the process, and I'm going to try to keep this video as short and concise as possible just to get the information across to you. So some things you're definitely going to need are some garbage bags, or maybe some little, I guess, storage bags or something like that to make you some piles or compartments of where things are going to go, because some things will be going back to the thrift store like Goodwill, Salvation Army, or your local thrift store. Some will be going, maybe if you like to do garage sales or flea markets, you can put some in that pile, and then others maybe you might want to resell like on a platform such as Poshmark or eBay. So I'll be making different piles and eliminating that way. But I'm going to try to get rid of as much as I possibly can, and I'm just going to bring you along with me, and hopefully I can answer some more questions as we go along. So stay tuned if you like videos like this. One of the big questions that was asked of me is, how do I store all of my purses? Well, there's no fancy way that I go about storing my purses, guys, and it's probably going to make some of you cringe. So if you're one of those people that have a particular way of storing bags and you don't like to see bags on top of bags, then you might want to change the channel, or you might want to do something else temporarily. So this is how I store my bags. I will put them on hooks on the back of the door. If it's a crossbody, I try not to overpile them on the door so that it won't be too bulky, but as you can see, they're hanging on the back of my door. Nothing special. Then for my nicer bags, I'll keep them in the dust bag on top of the shelf in the closet. So I have a few there, and I have a few over here in the corner, as you can see. So I will store them that way. Now here's the cringy part. I'm just giving you a warning. I will store them on the end of the rod in the closet, so I have some bags just hanging there. Then I have this closet organizer, hanging closet organizer, that I have a little bit of clutches in, like there's a clutch here and some other bags there. Then on top of this shoe organizer that I have in my closet, I have bags on top of bags on top of bags. So this is the cringy part. Sorry guys, I know I need to do better, and I'm going to clean this up today, hopefully. And then I store my bags also on hangers. So you will have them, and this may not be the best way for the handles because they might get those little creases in them, but this is, I'm just being real with you guys, being 100. I will store them on top of the hangers that way, so they're kind of stacked on top of each other. And someone asked, how do I store belts? Well, I have these hangers and they have hooks, and I hook my belts on them. So I store them that way. Now as far as shoes go, I just keep them in these Sterilite containers that I bought from Walmart for 97 cents that I showed in a earlier video, and I'll keep that on my playlist under closets, so if you want to go check that out, but I'll just show you again. But basically everything I'm showing you are in my older videos. I'm mostly doing this for my newer subscribers so they can see. So I have shoes on top of the shelf in the Sterilites, and this just makes it easy to see the shoe and access the shoe and know what I have. I don't really like the boxes, the cardboard boxes too much. And I also have shoes underneath, as you can see on the floor in the containers, and they go all the way around, but some of my skirts are long and you can't see them. So yeah, that's basically how I do my shoes and accessories. Now let's take a look at the clothes. As far as clothes, I try to organize them by color as much as possible, but I have some intermixing of blacks and golds here, so a little bit of pattern printing. Blacks, then black and whites, then colors like reds, blues, greens, yellows, and then you get to your jackets, and I just kind of gave up and just kind of put them anywhere, wherever, because I was wearing a lot of jackets this season, and so I just hung them wherever. On the next shelf, I have my pants, so I have my jeans, printed jeans, white jeans, black jeans and black slacks, red pants, then printed skirts, and then we go into my jackets again. I try to coordinate them by neutrals, blacks, reds, etc. So as you can see, my closet is jam-packed to capacity. Now I'm going to show you how I go about eliminating. So I'm going to position my camera tripod here, try to get you a good angle so that you can see me. Hopefully I will be in focus for you guys. So how I go about eliminating things. Well, first of all, I have to ask myself a lot of questions, and I have to be real with myself. So I will just go with each individual piece one by one. Like this one. This one was on my Poshmark account for quite a while, did not sell. I had it up for $8, but nobody was interested in it. Maybe it was a little too dated. I don't know. So my question is, am I going to hang on to it? Well, I am going to hang on to it temporarily because I'm going to be doing a video soon about leopard prints and how to wear leopard prints without it looking tacky, and that's thanks to one of my subscribers. So I'm going to hang on to that one. And then this top here, I just thrifted, so of course I'm going to hang on to this one because I like it and I want to get a few nice wears out of that. And then I have one that I thrifted a while ago, but I did wear it this season and I really like it. It's one of my favorite fun ones, and I can also include this one in the leopard print video, so I'm keeping that. Next, I have this sweater. Now this one is a nice sweater, and it is a Jones, New York. It's really cute. It's got the gold stripes in it, and it's got the cute little gold button on the sleeve. So it's a really nice sweater, but I have not worn it very much, and so it's time for me to get rid of it. And I think it might be good to put on Poshmark. Who knows? I'm going to decide. Maybe I could sell it at the flea market that I plan on doing this weekend, so we shall see. But this is definitely one that is coming out of the closet. So basically, that's what I do. I go through each individual item like that, and I ask myself, am I going to keep it? Now, the one that I hate addressing the most is the one where my clothes are too tight. And I do this every year. Every winter, I go into hibernation mode. I become a bear. I eat and I sleep. I'm not really active. And even though in Georgia we don't have really, really cold winters, it's just something about the short days and the limited sunshine that doesn't motivate me to want to get out. And so I pack on the pounds, which I've done, and some of my clothes are a bit tight. Now typically I will wear between a 6 and an 8, and my 6s are just way, way too tight, guys. So I often will hang on to them as motivation to try to get back into them, you know, to kind of gauge myself. Because I think if you say, oh, I'm just going to get rid of all the stuff that's too little, then you get comfortable in that size, and it then eventually just keep creeping up. So I'll have to make some decisions on whether or not I'm going to hang on to some of my 6s. But basically, that is how I go through my process. And I'm not going to bore you with the whole thing, but I will show you the after, and I'll Alright guys, so this is the aftermath. As you can see, I have a pile of clothes here. I have several piles of clothes that I am going to be giving away. Skirts, sweaters, dresses, all kinds of things. So I'm gonna fill the bags up, my garbage bags up, and then we're going to head to Goodwill and give those away. But before we go to Goodwill, I wanted you guys to see what I have put on my rack for trying to sell. So I will be going to Uptown Cheapskates, and these are some items that I'm going to try to sell. Just some tops, sundresses, a couple of little gowns that I have not worn. And so we're going to see. I did not weed out any shoes this time around. I only weeded out 2 bags. I'm going to try to sell some on my Poshmark account, and I have some shoes that I'm going to try to sell on Poshmark. That's why I did not have any in this pile. Alright, so you saw the clothes that I pulled out of my closet. So the closet has been thinned somewhat, and I did not, like I said, get rid of any purses. So basically you won't see any change, and you probably won't see too much of a change, but there is more sliding space. As you can see with the hangers, there's just more room to kind of push things around. But I only thinned out the clothing this time. I did rearrange my purses so that they would not be stacked on top of each other over here. I did hang some more on the end of the rod to allow for me to just position these without having them stacked on top of each other. But that's pretty much it. And the reason why I did not get rid of purses is because I'm going to try to sell some on Poshmark. So unfortunately, I don't have any other storage space but my closet until some of that inventory is gone. But that is pretty much it. And these are the bags that I will be taking to Goodwill. I thought that I would film me going to Goodwill and going to Uptown Cheapskate, but I've run out of time, guys. I need to start thinking about getting dinner ready and everything, so I won't be filming that in this video, maybe another time. But I do have a bag and a half that will be going to Goodwill, and then the purple bag will be going to Uptown Cheapskate. Hopefully I can get a little something for that. But that's pretty much it for this purging, and that's typically what I do every time that I purge seasonally, as I said. So thank you so much for joining me on my channel. I really appreciate you. I hope that answered your questions as to how I store my handbags, what I use to hang my belts on, and you know, how I purge and my process of purging. And that's pretty much it. It's pretty simple. I just do it frequently. So thank you so much for tuning into my channel. I appreciate you. And as always, remember to be a good steward of all that God has given you, because He truly loves us so much. And I will see you next time. Bye.